Hi folks, thank you so much for downloading this episode of a work in progress D&D podcast, a creative experiment of sorts. I'd like to mention that this podcast is not for children. Now, why don't we jump into this adventure? Alright guys, and here we are, episode 2 of the A Work in Progress D&D podcast. Once more for introductions, we'll introduce ourselves, the three brothers that are running this game, playing this thing, doing this D&D stuff. So we'll just introduce ourselves and the name of our characters and all that again, I guess, just to get that repetition going for our listeners out there. Hey, looking at you guys and girls and all in betweens. Sean, the eldest, why don't you introduce yourself?
Of course. I'm Sean. I'm playing an artificer armorer called Alex Arcadis.
Nice. That's the eldest brother. And the younger brother.
Youngest. It's Ryan. I'm playing a tiefling paladin of the ancients named Pine Deciduery.
Nice. And your middle brother, me, Eric, the DM of this trio, running you through the Rainbow Coast with our adventure. And we're just going to get right on in. So let's go! So, last time on this podcast, the twos of yous, Pine and Alex, were traveling with this dwarven merchant company, the Steam Hoofs, and eventually made your way to the little town of Reedlit, which is located on what is known the Græy River, which is completely to the east side of the Kingdom of the Rainbow Coast, which is where our adventure takes place. Through a little bit of just hopping off, grabbing a little bit to bite to eat, since the merchants grabbing their supplies won't be there until the next day, you enter the tavern inn known as the Base Bass. You meet up with Cathis Crockkicker Mathanel III, the proprietor. He gives you food. He also lets you know he and his wife are having a little bit of a rat problem down in their cellar. The rats only show up at night, so you guys take some time to kind of look around the town, meet some folks, get some orders in for for a shield and a sword, and eventually make your way back and just chill out until the evening. Evening eventually hits. You go down to the cellar trying to find this rat problem, where you end up finding the rats. Talking rats, to be exact, and they run away from you. You finally catch them, let them know that you're not trying to kill them because they're talking, and you're curious as to why. You learn that the young boy Siegfried, who usually hangs out with these rats in this cellar and potentially other places, has been captured by some rather nasty fae called meanlocks in the Græy Wilds, which is the sort of mystical, gray, otherworldly woodlands beyond the Græy River that no one really ever goes to. It is a mystical, magical place. Even more mystical and magical than the already magical world you all inhabit. So, using a little bit of Fey-like rat magic, they created a little portal for you guys to walk through and end up outside of a tree on the other side, which is where we left off, as you two and the 4 rats on your shoulders head on in to the Græy Wild to start the first official adventure of this podcast. The rats more or less know where they're going, but this being the Græy Wilds, strange things can come upon, various little interesting tidbits of stuff. Being as the Græy Wilds is this sort of like border fae, not quite like full-on Feywild, and not completely like, nor is it like the deep Feywild where like really crazy things happen. Excuse me. Oh my god. It is a day. We're having a day here on this podcast.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have... The way I'm going to play this out and the various things you're encountering before we're making it to the meanlocks is I want each of us, and we can start with one of you two, to roll a d8. And that d8 will determine, whatever number you rolled there, will determine what encounter we're going to have. We're going to have 3 of these encounters, and then we'll eventually make it to the main encounter of dealing with some meanlocks. That's how we're doing this.
All right.
Yeah, we're having fun today. So, which one of you two would like? Do we want to start with the oldest? Do we want to start with the youngest? Like, which out of the 3 of us, who has the more Fey energy? I guess it would be me because I'm running this and I'm the middle child.
Probably you.
Right.
Yeah, but
If you want to go first.
I feel like, why don't we go firstborn? Because, firstborn always has some sort of weird story magic thrust upon them. So, Sean, why don't you roll the d8 first?
All right. 2.
2.
Yeah. I'm not adding anything, right?
You are not. No, this
Okay.
is just a straight... I have a set of 8 different things, and you have rolled number 2. All right,
Oh.
so... As you two, with your rat companions on your shoulders, start walking, and, kind of looking around, it's that same sort of, incredibly sweet and, savory smelling of various plants and, things, and, that little hint of, decay, just barely on the, edge of your, olfactory senses. Can I have you both make a perception check for me?
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, I gotta bring it
Oh,
back.
boy.
Perception.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh,
I
my
guess there's
God.
no reason
Hey,
for me to do it.
We're starting off real good today.
Whatever. I'll roll just in case. Well,
Yeah.
18. Plus 1,
18.
19.
Okay, all right. Both of you can tell as you're walking, the temperature around you has been nice. It's been kind of it's temperate. It's kind of warm and that really nice when the sun hits you after you're walking under a bit of a cold shadow. But after a bit of walking for what feels like maybe an hour or so, with the rats kind of looking out, just pointing in the right directions, and Pine with your ability to kind of dodge out of the way of potential portals to the actual Fae or even deep Fae. You both start to notice that it's getting a little colder, and the rat's whew, I gotta say, it's really starting to cool down a bit. I don't understand why. It's oh yeah, it's really chilly now. I don't understand.
You don't say cheese. Oh,
Yeah, I do.
oh yeah. Rat, am I getting my directions correct? Right, sure. Come to think of it, what is your name?
Huh? You want to know my name?
Yeah.
You can
Want me to give you
call
a name?
me-
I was gonna say, you
Yeah.
want me to give you a name like cheese?
Sure, give me a name like cheese.
Okay, this is to you, DM. In the cellar, what was in there?
There was various wine, beer, other kinds of meat, mutton and smoked bass and ale, roots and things like carrots and potatoes and turnips.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, I'm thinking about either call you wine or ale. Which one do you prefer?
Ale sounds good.
Alright, you're ale.
All right,
Anyway, you're
I'm
feeling cold
cheese.
too?
I'm ale. Yeah, it's kind of cold. What do you say, leader? It's yeah, I feel it's getting kind of cold. This one's on Ryan's shoulder, I guess the main talking rat. Yeah, it's getting kind of cold here. And that's when you guys notice snow starts to fall in the the Græy Wilds. And it wasn't snowing before, and as you kind of look back, there's no snow falling behind you, but as you keep walking forward, there's snow falling in front of you. And Pine, since you rolled that natural 20, you can sort of hear this faint, it's like music in the distance. Very somber and melancholy sounding music. Like it's very low and humming and almost sort of ambience to like as you're moving, and it has this very like wintry feel to it. Do you guys continue walking forward?
Well, I feel with the fact we're dealing with meanlocks, I feel any kind of distraction right now is bad for us, and especially if changing the weather in a forest like this, I think we need to keep hurrying forward.
Yeah, okay. This is definitely weird. It wasn't like this before.
Alright, then we'll avoid it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys are sort of kind of trying to make your way around in some sort of like strange, like still kind of following whatever weird path you were following, and it kind of like you try to like at least skirt around, you happen to see what looks like in the distance a procession of individuals. In particular, Pine, you would recognize these individuals as seeing them sort of dressed in very different like shades of blue, from darker blues to whites, with ears that extend very, very like high up, elf-like. You'd recognize the term that kind of comes to you is Eladrin. And you kind of see them walking with like interesting like bits of frost kind of touch the ground where they move, and even as they're walking, they're stuck in a perpetual like array of snow, like it just follows them. And the very front, you see this incredibly beautiful, like it's hard to tell, a little androgynous, but like with more feminine dress and such, and like say costume, so that's all I can think of. More feminine costume, and like astride like this pale white horse, and you can see like frozen tears, kind of like, it's strange. It's almost like your vision kind of changes, and you can see these things, and maybe that's part of the magic of the Feywild. And you see like frozen tears, and you see that one person in the lead with this procession. You can see like flags and things with like snow, like falling. And even behind this front individual, just snow is like flowing out of their being, and they kind of look it over in your guys' direction with this incredibly sad face, and just look at you guys. And I need you both to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, damn.
Trying to bring us over.
I don't know what, but God, I wanted to hide and cover our ears. That's a 9.
That's a 9. I got -1 on my saving throw, but 15?
15. Okay. Alex, you kind of see this and are able to kind of look away quickly enough to just like, you kind of get the, and like the rats are also like, hey, that's bad, don't look. No, don't look at that.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured that was bad.
Whereas Pine, you can't pull yourself away from the sort of sad beauty of this procession, and it, as she looks at you, you just get this overwhelming feeling of like sadness, like in your very being, and like before you can notice it, they've already marched off, and you're just following the direction, and the head rat's like, hey, you okay? And it's like, oh my gosh. And like, Alex, you look at Pine, and you can see frozen tears just pouring down Pine's face. And Pine, you just feel real sad, dude. Like, you just feel really, really sad.
I was like, hey, Pine, you okay?
No.
Pine.
No, I don't.
Like,
I feel like I want to just shake him up. Pull yourself together, man.
Yeah. You just, this incredible sadness just emanated from this person in the lead. And you don't, and like, it's like because they've lost something. You don't know what that loss is.
Mm.
But you can feel it to like the very core of your being right now. So you're just sad for who knows how long.
Okay.
I just got, you okay?
I've I could say I've been better, but maybe that'd be a bit of a lie.
Did they do something to you, or
It's
what did they do to you? I know
strange magics in the Feywild and related things.
Hey, it's okay. We'll figure out a way to cheer you up. I mean, you know, ta-da, I'm a talking rat. That's funny. Ha.
Maybe rescuing the child might cheer me up. Let's
Roger,
go.
Roger that. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, you continue on.
I'm just looking back and was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
and
look
Pine's supposed to be so cheery and happy. This
Not
makes
like-
me
not like
upset.
directly.
I know, this is interesting. This is great.
Yeah. I'm just like looking back. I was like, what the hell? Was
Yeah.
that?
He's got a +3 to his wisdom save, damn it.
Well, so
It
like
just proves
as
it
that
depends on the roll. Because
yeah.
again, I am -1.
Yeah, so like as procession goes, you guys keep walking out of, and like it just goes past. The snow stops and it starts to get warm again. And things are just kind of like, you're still a little sad though, Pine. Like it's starting to lighten
I still
up a
feel
little
cold
bit.
inside.
Yeah, you still feel a little cold and sad, even though the temperature around you has warmed up. So with that though, Ryan,
Uh-huh.
Eric to Ryan, would you like to roll the next D8 and see what happens? And if you roll a 2, roll again.
Okay. I'll probably roll a 2.
Oh my god. Incredible.
Knowing me, 1.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Oh
this,
no.
this one I've been waiting for. Or this is one of my favorites. All right. So, as you keep going, and the snow has gone away, the cold temperatures have risen back up to a like incredibly like good, hearty fall like temperature.
Normal.
Yeah, a good, you don't feel like you have to shed clothes or put on more clothes. You just feel like in that perfect range of temperature. Roll, you know what? I won't have you roll for this one. As you guys keep going like forward, that smell of decay starts to get stronger and stronger until eventually it becomes overwhelming. Not to the point where it's going to make you puke, but it's so strong that it's overpowering all the other the intense sweet smells that surrounded you. And as you like pass through, you find the source of that smell, and before you is this nasty, bubbling like pond with like these dead lily flowers that are just kind of floating about, and it just kind of is like this brownish, blackish, sludgy water before you. And in the very center of this pond, roughly like 70 feet out and around, and even like the grass surrounding the water is kind of dead and dying, and all the trees like sort of like recoil back from this very pond, and like everything on the outer edges, except in the very center is this tall, thick, white, dead tree.
Is like everything around it also kind of like dead? Like we basically kind of walked into a bit of a swampy area, or
A little bit, but it's just like this big pond in the center here. Like around the edges, like there's little bits of grass and like dead grass and dead like cattails kind of dotting around, and like just perfectly like dead lilies floating about and like lily pads. But like around the outside of that, past like the edge of the actual pond, all the trees and other foliage are like reeling back, like not even wanting to like look at this. But in the center is this big white dead tree.
Is there anything on the tree?
Do you guys look at the tree?
I will avert my eyes and
Okay.
just try and not look at it.
Okay.
Alex, you look at the tree?
Actually, I don't know. Just from like what happened with the snow base, I would probably be more cautious.
Poke the bear.
You say poke the bear?
Poke the bear. Yeah, now I think my character went. Being more cautious now because of the previous encounter. He probably went.
Okay. If you don't want to.
Don't feed into my morbid curiosity. Please. For the love of God.
Not go. Nope, not going. Look.
Hey, is there something out there?
Can I ask one of our
rats?
No, that'd be too mean. He wouldn't do that.
What? You were gonna ask him?
Do we hear anything?
Do you hear anything?
That's out of the ordinary.
Make a perception check for me.
2.
It's just this one.
14.
Still not used to this. I roll 11.
11. It is eerily quiet.
I'm just gonna go to Pine. It's like, one of our mice. Do you think we should keep going?
And Pine turns around, uncovering his eyes, says, "What?" And then looks at the tree.
Yes! Awesome. All right, cool. I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good.
That's high on yours, isn't it?
Well, unless I roll a 7 plus 5, which is 12. Maybe
Pine.
that'll be enough.
Pine. You look at the tree. And you're like, there's no reason to look at this. There's nothing here.
Oh.
Huh. Yes, we
Alex.
should keep going.
What?
You notice. Roll an insight check for me, Alex.
Insight?
Yeah.
That's a 9. Well, 9 plus 1, 10.
You notice something odd. Like, watching Pine look at the tree, and you watch his face sort of glaze over as he said, "There's nothing here, we should move on."
Oh, shit.
Do you look at the tree?
What do you mean, like, glaze over? Or, like, he looked at it? Is he still looking at it? Or,
like, he looked at it, and he looked intently, and then you watched his face just sort of became uninterested, as though not of his own volition, and decided that there's nothing here to walk on.
I'm not going to look.
Okay.
Enough of the curiosity. I was gonna say,
But
right,
what happened to me?
It's like, alright, fine, let's just move on. Rats, lead the way. Lead us the way around this thing.
Was I still looking at the tree? Like, am I still just,
No, you looked at the tree, and then that feeling of there's nothing here came over you, and you just decided to move on.
Huh.
Like, and again, that wasn't his choice. Like, or can I tell it wasn't, like, his choice,
You
right?
can tell it didn't... I'll say with you understanding magic, it definitely didn't seem like that was his choice. It definitely seems like whatever magic is on this tree, when you look at it, makes you think that nothing is there.
What makes you think?
If from what you're getting of Pine's reaction to looking at the tree, and then just, like, going sort of slack-faced, and then saying that nothing here is interesting, let's move on, makes you wonder that the magic here is trying to keep you from seeing something.
Okay. Actually, okay, I'm gonna go, like, Pine, are you yourself right now? Are you at least normal?
Yeah, I feel fine. I still feel
Alright.
a tad sad from...
Yeah, he's still sad, but,
Alright. I'm gonna need you to trust me on this. I'm gonna take just in case I'm being cautious with the snow fate, I'm gonna try to take a look at the tree. If I start walking towards it, towards it for some reason, you pull me back and drag me out of there, okay?
But there's nothing that... Okay.
I know, I'm going to take a look. I'm just gonna take a look. Alright?
Okay.
Oh,
I need you to make it...
Well, you ready?
yes.
Okay. I'll look.
Right.
And what was it again?
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Well, you gonna add something to that, or?
No, I was just gonna tell you what the DC was to let Ryan know how...
15 plus 1, 16.
16?
Yeah.
The DC was 13.
13. Yeah.
So, Alex, as you say this to Pine and you look at the tree, you can feel this. There's magic here. There is some sort of magic that wants you not to see what is around the tree. And you can feel it. You can feel that sort of magic starts to emanate into you, and it's just like trying to convince you that nothing's here. There's nothing here. There's nothing of interest on this tree. It's an ugly pond with a dead tree in it. There's nothing here. And you break through, and you see on the tree some sort of... It's hard to say exactly, but it looks like a flask. A flask of iron is just like embedded into the wood of the tree. And you feel like whatever put this here and whatever created the magic that is trying to keep you from finding it is the thing that probably put this magic here. And you feel like the magic that has created this scene in front of you is malicious. And it's trying to keep you from noticing the flask that you have now noticed.
Okay. It's like, okay, I'm actually seeing something.
How? There's nothing here. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's something that's preventing us from looking at. And I'm thinking that could be like what'd you say was in front, just like dead?
There is in front of you, between you and the tree with this flask in it, is a black, brown, sludgy pond. It's roughly from where you are to the tree about 70 feet. There are like lilies all around it, but yeah.
Alright, I'm thinking I gotta pull that out. I mean, I myself...
You see it too now?
Of course, cheese guy.
See fucking cheese right through it.
Yeah, I see it too. I'm thinking we gotta get that out of there. Doesn't belong there.
Okay. Get what out of there?
Okay.
Alex, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm me. I just noticed that there was a kind of like what looks like a flask-like object embedded into that tree that's causing this illusion of us not wanting to see. Weird. I know. But I'm gonna go over there and get it.
I'll say
I'm gonna go slowly on the pond because I still think it's there, but I think it's just like an illusion.
And Pine's gonna reach out and grab you because you told him if you started walking towards this to stop you.
That is true. Okay, I know. I just meant I should have been specific. If I say nothing, like I just go like dead face, like
nope. Because in his perspective, you're the one who got magically affected by this, so he's gonna try and stop you.
Alright, how am I gonna explain this? Okay, I didn't want to do this, but I didn't want to use one of my first level spells, but can I give him detect magic? Can that work?
No, you can't give it to him, no.
Damn it!
Oddly enough, I have it. But nothing's here.
You watch... Oh, yeah, go ahead, Sean. What do you want to try?
Well, that was one of my main things. I was hoping I could do that on him. I really don't want to use one of my first level spells. I'm trying to think it.
Well, here, Pine, you want to try and stop him?
Yes.
Okay, so are you going to roll just like a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Alex, I need you to roll an opposed strength check against his. He's gonna roll, and you need to roll higher than whatever he gets so you can continue going forward.
Okay. Here we go. Unnatural 20.
15.
All right. So, Alex, Pine reaches out to grab you because he's like, no, you told me to pull you back if you started to go towards it. And Alex, you just kind of like grab it around, like throw his hands off, like tell him to stop, and you watch as Cheese goes, stop it! And like jumps onto Pine and is just like on Pine's face. And just like, there's something there, there's something there. Just starts like trying to claw at you. Pine, if you would like to remake the charisma saving throw for me.
Sure.
There. Oh my god, no. What did you roll?
So what's 3 plus 5?
Eight.
8.
He sees
Yeah,
something.
so you're dealing with, and you throw, and you get, like, cheese off of you, but you still, just this magic that you are not aware of is still on you. But Alex, you are starting to make your way into the pond.
Yeah.
I need you to... You go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was gonna, depending on what you say, I was thinking about maybe, if the pond was, I was not feeling anything for the pond, I was gonna book it. Like, run to the...
I figured...
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I step in the pond, and if I'm not, like, feeling...
Oh, yeah, you put your first foot into the pond, and it feels gross and kind of sludgy, like you think it'll take a decent amount of strength to try and get there, then yeah.
Okay, yeah, since I know it's not, like, anything, like, acid-related, then I'm gonna, like, do my best to go there.
Okay. Yeah, so you start trudging through, and, like, more or less, it's like, it's a slow-going process. And there's a part of you that feels like there is magic here, and it seems to be even now trying to keep you from getting closer. I need you to make a strength saving throw as you continue forward.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20, baby!
Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to use that to get you all the way there.
Were you not expecting it?
No, I
This
wasn't.
is Sean we're talking about.
Listen. I had it specifically set up that he was going to have to roll like 3 different strength saving throws to get to this fucking tree. I wasn't expecting a natural 20, so I'm now just going to narrate exactly what happens on that 20. So here's what happens. Alex, as you go through and you can feel like the magic of this sludgy pond pull you, like trying, like as you're walking forward, it seems to try and slow you down to a point where you're just like, no, and you just start trudging forward. That sort of, I was raised by dwarves, sorry to put that out there, just like that stubbornness, like, no, I have been buried almost alive and in the ground, this is nothing to me, and you just start going forward to the point where you
Can I just say that it's not gonna manifest, but can I just say like a not physically manifest, but like spiritually kind of manifest my magic armor.
Yeah, it kind of just starts to like emanate from you, this sort of spectral, like the magic of the Feywild can feel your like intensity. You see some of the trees start to like lean in to give you some attention, watching you do this. And you just start going, and then as you get like halfway through, you can start to feel like the water starts to move, trying to push you back, like it's actively trying to keep you from getting to this tree. To like as you get close, you literally watch, and Pine, you start to see this too. You watch as literal hands of like murky water start to try and like come up and push Alex back, but Alex isn't having any of it, god damn it. And he just starts going, and eventually you reach the tree and you touch this iron flask that's embedded in the tree, and everything, the water stops. And it's still again, the trees go back, and you are there with your hand on this flask. And Pine, immediately the magic is away from your face, and now you see your companion Alex touching this thing on this tree. What do you do, Alex? I will say, you're not able to pull the iron flask from the tree, but the stopper is there if you so wish to open it.
Oh, the stopper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open it.
And this rush of incredibly sweet-smelling aroma just exudes from it, and cherry blossom petals shoot out of this flask to eventually a fully formed humanoid just explodes from the flask. And you see, just cloaked in a draping cloak of like cherry blossom petals and like long eladrin ears and like beautiful flowing pinkish hair, this sort of androgynous, slightly masculine individual just appears before you. And as they kind of like float out, and then like you watch as like sort of in this like flowing form, their foot touches the water of the pond, and it just goes whoosh, sort of Fantasia 2000 just erupts in life, and the lily and the water becomes crystal clear. The lilies spring back to life. The tree itself slowly becomes a living tree again and just explodes in a vibrant color of pink blossoms and like petals, and it falls down all around you. All the trees that were like reeling away just start to like come back in as this pond goes from this mucky, yucky, just awful smelling, like putrid pond, just appears to be this beautiful, serene pond again. And this individual just kind of looks up, holds their hands on your face, and goes, You saved me. Mwah, 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 and kisses you each cheek and the forehead. I owe you a gift and a favor, but right now I must leave. Thank you so much. What is your name?
Alex Arcadis.
Alex Arcadis. I shall remember this for the rest of my days. I am the Prince of Blossoms, and you've just freed me from a life imprisonment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I must go.
Oh wait, I should go. You're welcome. He's holding my cheeks.
But I owe you a gift and a favor till we meet again one day. Thank you. And I just swirl off and away. Ha! I'm free!
I think I did it.
So is the like pond all clear now?
It's beautiful. Like, it is crystal clear. The tree is alive and thriving. The lilies are like back, and you see like animals start to like just immediately out of the wood, like the tree line, just start to come over to take a drink from the water.
Huh. Well, that was definitely something there. Whew.
See, I told you.
Yes, thank you, Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Does this make me any less sad?
Honestly, it does. Like,
okay.
Literally seeing this happen completely cures your sadness.
Well, Alex, it seems like you've made us a pretty powerful ally in the future.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. Ugh. Really showed it.
Yeah. Well, we do still have a mission to get to, so...
Right.
We must get going.
Well, maybe we'll see him, and I guess I have to see him. In a way.
I sure hope we see him.
Yeah, just hope he's calmed down a little bit from being imprisoned. A little bit.
No, he's one of the Fae. There's no such thing as calming down. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Alright, so, and now finally...
I just want to remember, he said he was the Prince of Blossom.
The Prince of Blossoms.
And
right? Hold on. Let me double check that is what I have written. Hold on. Yep, Prince of Blossoms.
Prince of Blossoms, and he owes me a gift and a favor.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking when you were describing him, I kind of imagine him as like the way you like a what was it, like a kimono, like Sakura kimono kind of thing. I don't know why I was kind of thinking of Sakura kimono, but in a JoJo Golden Wind fashion. Like his chest is like showing like that.
Honestly,
I don't know why that image came to me, but it did.
Hey, it works, you know.
Yeah.
Feywild, these Ladrin, pretty fucking hot, regardless of
oh, there we go then.
What they are. They're pretty androgynous. They're gender fluid. They do what they want. All right, guys.
I will say this, just because of that, I will think of I'm thinking that Snow Woman as well, just as a back of my head. Could this be the same? I don't know, but we still have a mission to do.
All right, guys, and then I will roll this final one to see what you guys run into. Let's re-roll that.
2-0.
Nope, sorry. Keep getting the same ones you guys do. All right.
Rolling ones and twos.
Yep. Is it a 3?
It's not a 3, no.
Ow.
It is the number 7.
Mm.
So, after experiencing that incredible display of beauty and passion, and whatever sort of magic put the Prince of Blossoms there is, for this moment in time, a mystery. But you continue on. in the direction, and you can feel the rats like, okay, we know for certain this direction for sure. And you keep going, and the foliage is kind of thick, so you're kind of having to push your way through, and eventually you push through into an open patch, and before you is a massive golden-haired bear, just sitting on its rump, looking up at the sky.
Is there like a clearing in the trees?
Yes. You kind of look up, and oddly enough, you can see, like, stars. It's weird. It's like the night, it's sort of like a twilight here, and the night sky is above you with twinkling stars, and this massive golden-haired bear just seems to be sitting, looking up at the stars, completely, as far as you know, unaware of your presence.
Does he seem hostile?
Make an insight check.
I'll do the same. Insight +1.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, I'm so sorry. You rolled that natural 20 and now it's like all bad.
Yeah. 5.
Ooh.
Well, it's nice.
Rolled a 2 + 3.
Yeah, mine is still pretty bad. 7.
Okay. I'll say wasn't that high of a thing.
Okay.
This bear does not seem in any way hostile. If anything, it seems curious and very you almost get the sense that this bear is sort of thinking about what it's seeing, like it's trying to take in the lights in the sky.
I'm just looking at it, it's like, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
I'm gonna calmly walk up to it and just kind of look up, just basically looking where he's looking.
Okay.
Looking where they're looking.
Yep.
No response.
Not at the moment, no. What do you do, Alex?
I'm thinking.
And I just sit down and just kind of keep looking up too.
Yeah, I'll do the same, but I can't do too long since we got mission, but...
Right. So you both sit down with this golden-haired bear, and you kind of look up and just kind of take in the oddly starry night sky ahead of you. And you just kind of see is like the stars kind of move in a pattern that isn't natural in any way. Like they're alive themselves. Whatever sort of spirits call themselves the stars just kind of move around in whatever pattern they choose to dance in. And then you see like a comet shoot by. And then another. And another. Until like 7 comets have like shot past your view. And that's when you just feel like this, your body feels lighter and it's enlightened and it just feels like warm and happy. And you each have an inspiration point.
Hey!
That means you can, I don't think we've done it before, but that essentially means you can re-roll a roll and take, I think, either that or the previous roll. So.
Cool.
So wait, what did we do?
You guys have gained a point of inspiration.
Yeah, I got that.
Which is different from like bardic inspiration. Essentially, this DM inspiration is like if you roll something and it's bad, you can expend your inspiration point to re-roll the die to try and get a better result.
Okay, and that can be for anything.
Anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Any D20 roll, not like a damage roll. Like a saving throw, a skill check, an attack roll. Like anything involving the D20.
Just so people know, that's the first that's ever happened to us.
It is. Yep. It's the first time I think I've given you guys inspiration from anything we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first, hopefully it will be something helpful to me.
Mm-hmm. And with that, after seeing these sort of 7 comets shoot by, you feel like the rumbling of the bear sitting up. It kind of just like shakes its head a little bit and just starts plodding off into the woods.
It's a good time. Good time spending with a golden bear.
Yes, I feel inspired.
Indeed. Onward to saving a child.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go save Siegfried. I believe. Right through these trees. I think that's where it is. The lair of the meanlocks. Let's go.
All right.
So, you head in that direction. And I think, really quick, we will take a break.
Okay.
And when we return, you guys will fight some... You will rescue a child. Yeah. All right. And we'll see you all in a little bit. Oh boy, that was quite a exciting bit of adventuring we had there, huh? Well, welcome to the mid-break of this podcast. I'm Eric from the future. And, well, let's see what kind of other craziness happens when we go rescue this boy from these meanlocks, huh? All right, back we go. And we're back. Hi, folks. So, you guys have just experienced various different encounters with the Feywild.
Yeah.
Or, well, the Græy Wilds and not the Feywild, but somehow, interlinked.
Small part.
And you now find yourself, after dealing with an incredibly sad procession, rescuing the Prince of Blossoms, whoever they might be, whoever that person is, and then also having a very lovely, calming interaction with a massive golden bear staring up at the stars, just kind of contemplating life, the universe, and everything in it.
Yep.
To where now you find yourself farther in, just beyond the tree line of that clearing, this cave before you, set in sort of this, rocky, cliffish face, just heightened up with trees all around it. When you go walking through the woods and various ledges kind of are abound, and you can see in front of you the meanest, angriest looking cave entrance you ever see. Like, it's got like the extra cave holes that make it look like eyes. It's a big old toothy mouth with the stalactites, and it's just dripping with evil and menace and meanness. And you hear the rats just like, yeah, that's the place. That's where they took him. Yeah, that mean looking cave. Yeah, that's the one. So,
and
you two
was this the
see
place
before
where
you.
you all played with the child?
Well, I mean, not exactly, but we followed them to find where they took him, so we'd at least know for when we came back with, adventurers like you guys. And we didn't go in, 'cause, look at how scary it is.
Fair.
But we know that he's there.
Fair.
And maybe the way we took this time wasn't as direct a route, but it was, we got here.
Okay.
But this place is kind of wacky and weird, it's the Fey magic,
You don't need to explain that much to me, that I know.
Yeah, so, we'll be with you, but we ain't gonna be useful in a fight, really.
You never know. You were useful in help distracting Pine.
Yeah, I am Mighty Cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I'm Mighty Ale.
Yep.
And I'm your boss, and then we got,
Got boss
I'm
and potato.
Potato! I like it! I like the damn potato!
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
No,
Okay, why potato?
No, I've
I just
chosen
want to know.
another. It is Spud.
Spud! I like it! So, the two of you.
So,
Yep.
let's
So you
quietly
Pine?
head on in. We don't know
Okay.
what possibly these
quiet. You say
meanlocks
quietly.
could be. Yes, quietly.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Um,
I'm saying that because
So-
I'm at a disadvantage with stealth.
yeah, Alex, are you armoring up?
Oh, can I stop the stealth?
No,
Or-
no, I mean,
not stop the stealth, but prevent my disadvantage.
well, so you have your armor. What form of armor is it? Like the infiltrator?
Yeah, it's the
Infiltrator?
the infiltrator. That's the one I was going for.
Okay, then I think that has an ability where it gets rid of the disadvantage for stealth if you're in that form of your armor.
Okay, let me see. Because lightning launcher. Oh, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. Okay. so that technically can't...
Well,
yeah.
What if it?
Oh, okay. Okay, dampening field, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks. If the armor normally imposes disadvantage on such checks, the advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out. So I'm just rolling regular stealth.
Yes.
Okay,
so
right.
you're rolling regular stuff.
Alright, well in that case,
you are...
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay, cheese and ale, you might want to prep for this. Or actually, I'm gonna put them on Pine's shoulders. If
so Pine's got 4 rats on his...
Okay.
Just carrying 4 rats.
Yeah, okay. Alright, here we go. And I'm just gonna say, Armor Evolution! And then, from my armor...
I don't know.
I want transforming music, but come on. Gotta be more action-packed. But anyway...
that's all I had right now.
Well, basically you see magic coming from my armor, and it travels, like, through my veins, like a glowing veins with, like, runic spelling coming in, and it transforms first my right arm, then my left arm, then my legs, covering my body, and then finally, just for the people listening, the armor, for this armor, it's just gonna look like the armor you see in the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. If you look on the Artificer armor class, but the head, people are gonna have to look this up. This is actually my own customized head, but it kind of looks like, if you look up Valimar, look up the head for Valimar, you'll see. It's pretty easy. I think it's the only thing that's going to show up on Google or Bing or whatever search engine you use. But anyway, it takes over my face, like a screen cover of my eyes turns black, but then it like glows like with eyes, kind of like a Gundam's eyes. And then I just go, Sulfurious Mark 1!
But,
Yep.
Wow, that was cool.
Can I look in the cave just to see, like, if all that noise, like, startled anything?
No, like, usually with any sort of anime transformation, it's as silent as possible.
It happens in his own little demi-plane, but we see everything.
Yes. You see everything happen, but it's just, like, separate. It's weird. It's, like, somehow separate from every other weird magic thing that's happening right now. Yeah. So, like, to you, Pine, and the rats, you see this glowing, and suddenly... Yes, so
after it's all done and we're out of that, it's just oddly silent. Maybe just a little bit of wind
just like weirdly quiet. Like it's almost like the Feywild itself is like, what the fuck?
All right, I'm ready. Oh, and cheese and ale, you can come back on.
On your shoulders.
Yep.
All right, so the two of you, rats on shoulders, head on into the meanest looking cave you've ever did see. But you want to go stealthily. So, why don't you both roll me a stealth check? And I will say the rats will help you in giving you advantage on these rolls.
Since they're familiar with the place?
Yeah, familiar-ish. It's more just like helping you be kind of quiet, I guess.
Yeah, alright.
I don't know.
14, that's 15. 10. Alright, I got 15. What did you get?
Oh no, Ryan. You slap hand in forehead. Even with advantage, what did you get?
With advantage, I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Oh, crap.
9 for advantage.
No.
Or 9 for stealth.
Alright, I have 15.
Well, 15, okay, alright.
And what did you get there? For your, like...
Just for me dropping the
dice?
Dropping the dice into it? A 19.
Wow. I guess we know how you have to roll your dice from now on. All right,
how about you do a couple of rolls before you actually...
It doesn't help. While Dad was talking to us, I rolled a 20. Like, yeah, that means nothing.
It's fine. Whatever. All right,
just
so...
in Brage, maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, okay, so Ryan, you rolled a 9?
A 9.
Okay, and Alex, Pine rolled a 9, Alex rolled a...
15.
15, okay. So... as you head through this incredibly spooky cave, you hear in the distance, like the very back, like as you keep walking, and it's interesting. Pine, you know, or would remember, meanlocks as they kind of inhabit a place longer. Their dwellings, their lairs, start to twist and wind and create like awful, like maze-like patterns in their hideouts. You can tell these meanlocks have not been here that long, as it seems like this is just a one straight shot, like, cave entrance. But you can see, like, in the walls of this cave, like, it's starting to, like, slightly head off in little possible directions. But not enough that would make you want to go in them yet. And as you keep walking, you can hear in the distance, it sounds like arguing is happening. Between, like, three different voices, in the back. You see a little bit of light kind of emanating from the very back of this chamber. So as you guys kind of sneak up, you can see in this sort of circular chamber 3 meanlocks, which I guess I'll show you guys the picture from the book, what they look like, because I don't think you've seen these yet.
No.
That is what a meanlock looks like.
No.
God, they look like lice or fleas.
Yeah, for the audience, if you want to... It basically look like big old weird flea-like crab-clawed creatures. They're nasty little insectoid, hairy, evil, fake creatures. If you type in meanlock into, Google or whatever, you can probably find it. If you're not driving, don't try and search. Most people listen to podcasts while they drive,
Yeah.
Ask Siri. Look up meanlocks.
Yes.
If that actually worked when I'm talking and it's just Siri.
Let's not. Yeah, let's not.
Sure, we did.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
I don't know.
as that's going, you can hear them, like, arguing, and as you kind of look through, you can see 3 meanlocks sitting in, like, the center of the cave, and the very back, you see this young, red-haired, boy wrapped in, rope, who, is in, like, the very back of the wall of the cave, with, like, weird floating sort of fairy lights dancing around, but you see the 3 meanlocks in the center, and you can hear them,
And I tell you, Meaner, that we have to wait until old Iron Hands comes in to get the boy. Yeah, well, I don't think we need to wait that much, Meanie, I think we should just eat the boy right now. Meanest, what the heck? You know we can't understand you. I don't understand what happened to your vocal cords when you came into this world. But, like, shut up! Hey, don't talk to Meanest like that. He tries just as hard as anyone else's. Yeah, well, if he could talk well, then maybe we can understand what he's trying to say.
So, you looking down at the 3 meanlocks known as Meanie, Meaner, and Meanest seem to be arguing over what to do with this child. You hear one says they should just eat the kid. Another is saying they have to wait for whoever Iron Hands is. And then there's the other one, Meanest, who apparently isn't able to actually say any, words. But it seems that because of their arguing, they have not noticed you. And you just hear this, it's like, so, what would you guys like to do in this moment that you have to potentially... And then you hear she's like, oh man, they're just so scary and mean looking.
And it's like, honestly, I just feel like I'm gonna squash them.
Yep, I just get my 2 scimitars ready.
Okay.
I say, well, you ready, Alex?
Oh yeah.
And I cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay, you cast Divine Favor. Anything you do, Alex?
Give me a second. I don't think there's anything. I think I don't need to prepare those, but I think I'm ready.
Okay, so you guys just rush on in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Actually, I was gonna probably fire magic missile first.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do first. I need you guys to roll some initiative for me, and I'm gonna roll some initiative here. And then we will do the surprise round, because a surprise round essentially allows you to get a whole free round before them because they are surprised. Alright, so Meanie, or Meaner. No, Meanie? Yeah, Meanie. Okay. Meanie.
Oh, wait, what's that plus?
Wow, they rolled high.
I guess I'm good thing I attacked.
Oh no.
Wait,
Are you ready for us?
I am ready for you guys. So, Pine, what did you get?
18.
18. All right. And Alex, what did you get?
15.
15. Okay. Okay. They rolled incredibly well.
Oh boy.
But you guys have a surprise round. So you fly on in, or at least Pine flies on in. Radiant golden natural aura exuding from their body.
I know, it's
and then
mesmerizing.
Alex, you're starting to cast a spell.
Yep.
And these meanlocks go. So with that, Pine, what would you like to do on your first round of surprise, or your surprise round?
Just go up to one of the first ones, whichever one's closest to me, and just take my 2 swings.
Roll a d6 for me. On a 1 to 2, it's meanie. On a 3 to 4, it's meaner, and on a 5 to 6, it's meanest.
No,
3.
Close, I guess.
3?
Yeah.
So that's meaner.
All right.
You're attacking meaner.
He's the one who wanted to eat the kid?
Meaner's the one that wants to eat the kid.
Okay, cool. Okay, so 2 strikes on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14. The first
14. That is a miss.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
and my other attack.
Come on, it's gotta be
Nope.
higher than 14. Oh,
Nope.
fuck.
Nope.
Roll the 4.
Sorry, kids.
You run on in, and you go, and then you just like, yeah, they're just like, as it kind of like dodges out of the way. But now, Alex, it is your turn. What are you saying? You're casting magic
Yes.
missile?
So, I gotta describe this. So,
Yeah. What does it look like?
on my left side, a missile launcher appears on,
Mm.
but I made a little flair to this. It's gonna shape like a cheese wedge, and with 3 holes, and there's like a little gunner seat on the back. It's like, all right, cheese, get ready. We're gonna fire at these meanlocks,
Yeah, let's let him have it.
and each dart is gonna, like, each one's gonna hit, or I can shoot 3. Each one's gonna hit
1 dart to each of them.
1 dart to each of them.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Yep. So target's like, I was gonna say to meanlocks, this is kind of another action thing that might be in my head, to kind of like transparency. It's like, kiss your butt goodbye, magic missile launch.
Yeah, eat magical lead.
And then
All right, cool. Yeah. So roll. You can either just roll 1d4 plus 1, and that'll do that damage to all of them, or you can roll each individual d4, however you want to do it.
I'll do all at once, or
Okay.
1 roll. And lucky for me, 3. So it's 4
3
damage.
plus 1.
4 damage to
4
all of them, or 4
4
damage.
damage to all of them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they definitely. You watch as those 3 missiles like boom, 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 and it's like as they have been damaged, and are definitely looking. They've been hurt. That the damage is like kind of singeing off of them. But now we go to the top of round as Meanest, the one that doesn't seem to have any actual vocal cords, or not vocal cords, but is able to actually make
Sounds.
actual words, like, and is going to go after you, Pine. So it's going to make one of its claw attacks against you. Oh god, that's a 17 plus 4.
Oddly enough, that hits.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I was hoping you say
God. They are rolling so well. 5, 6, 7, 8. You take 8 points of slashing damage as this thing comes in and like scrapes at your breastplate. You just kind of feel that force go through you.
I lose divine favor.
Damn it.
Oh no. Uh-oh. But that's it. And then Meaner, who you attacked, also goes to attack you. But that is a 6 plus 4 for a 10, so it misses. So he goes, yeah, I'm gonna get you. And he tries to get you, and he misses. He goes to get you with one of his big old weird pincer claws, and misses wonderfully. And then the last one, Meaner, decides to go after Alex. Like, I'm gonna get you and your little rats too! With a 10 plus 4 is 14, but that misses you because you have a 16,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So
All right, goes over and tries to snap at you, and you kind of dodge out of the way. And she's like, "Yeah, you can't hit us." So now, sorry, Pine, you were in it before Meanie went to attack Alex. What would you like to do? Apologies.
I'll take a slice at Meanest
Okay.
for one attack. That misses.
Oh no.
So I'll try attacking him again.
Mm.
Oh my god, I miss again!
Oh, jeez.
You have an inspiration if you want to try that.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
That is a
Please.
16.
That's a hit.
Oh,
Thank God.
Thank God that inspiration.
And you know what? Smite.
Smite him. Smite
My
meanest.
first smite. So that's what?
It's 2d8.
2d8? So I'm rolling my scimitar attack first, or scimitar damage.
Mhm.
That's going to be 7 slashing damage.
All right.
And then 6 on the divine smite.
6 on Divine Smite. Okay. Yeah, Meanest is looking hurt as you miss with the first one, and then you swing back, and there's a moment where you can just, like, think, like, the comets in the sky, and your scimitar lights up, and it slashes forward in this big comet-like streak across the its chest, and it goes, ah! Excuse me. Sorry. As you slash into him pretty deep. And then, Meanie already attacked because I passed a Pine, sorry. And now, Alex, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay.
You have one meanlock on you. So.
Right. I was thinking Thunderwave. I don't think it's safe with the kid and Pine right there. Because does it affect them?
I'll say it's this circular area is big enough where you could cast Thunderwave and it would only hit Meanie if that's what you're trying to do.
Okay, I want to save that for more of a group.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to save that for more of a group. Let me look at my options here. Again, so much shit. Nah, I've already seen the cantrips. Okay,
Your cantrips are free.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's not like
I know, but I'm gonna save that still. So instead, I'm gonna use my mace. So how this works, it's from my left hand. I go to like punch the meanlock in front of me, but it changes into a mace.
Into a mace head?
And I'm calling this Deceptive Punch.
All right.
And bam.
Yeah, roll your mace attack.
Alright, first attack. That's gonna be a +5. That's a... Come on, brain, do math. 16?
16 is a hit.
Yep. Alright, so 1d6 plus 3. 5, there we go. So plus 3, 8. 8 points of bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning damage, alright. Alright, yeah. You swing back and you do like a little punch uppercut with your mace arm, and it just goes, and still standing.
Yeah.
Alright, so top of the round, Meanest, who's definitely looking a lot more hurt this time, is just gonna go and swing at you, Pine, and oh my gosh, another 17. He might not be able to form actual words, but he can hit.
Yeah, he can.
5, 6, 7. You take 7 points of slashing damage as it tries to cut through you.
Ah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm still okay.
Okay.
Yep. Now it's Meaner, and Meaner's gonna make a swing on you, Pine, because he's right there. And that's a 5 plus 4. That's a 9. So apparently all we can hit is Meanest.
Cool.
But now it's your turn, Pine. What would you like to do?
Still going after Meanest, because God, he keeps
All
hitting
right.
me.
He does. That he does.
That is a 16.
16's a hit.
And you know what? I'm gonna smite again.
Yeah, smite him
How
good.
many times can you smite?
As many times as I have spell slots.
Oh, okay.
So this is scimitar damage. That's 4 slashing.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 points of radiant.
7 points of radiant?
Uh-huh.
Alright. You slash at Meanies with your scimitar lighting up like the comets in the sky and cut another large swath across his chest and goes, I can speak in these final moments. And just falls over, dies, and just kind of it like explodes into like angry, mean energy and just like and just like I was able to talk in those last final moments. So with your second attack, would you like to attack the other one?
Actually, let me see. Hold on. What's that? I'm actually going to use a use of my channel divinity to restore a spell slot.
Oh yeah, do that.
As my bonus action.
Yeah, so as a bonus action, you call out to to nature itself and pour that energy into you, and it's almost enhanced being here in like the Græy Wilds, and even get through this sort of like layer of meanness. It just pulls into it, and you can feel yourself rejuvenate that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your turn.
And then I turn, and Meanie is next to me.
Meaner. Meanie is up against Alex.
Okay. And then I just turn to Meaner.
All right, you stare down, just like these weird buggy eyes. And then Meanie is going to make another swing against Alex. But that's a 3 plus 4. That's a 7. So once again, another double like swing at you and a complete miss with the claws. So, Alex, what would you like to do?
You know, I want to do this, but
Do it.
I know. Is there a way how I could get? It's Meanie and Meaner that are left, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way how I could get my Thunder Wave to hit both of them and not hit 8? Or are they like too far away? Or
they're probably a little too far away to get both of them together.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well,
but you could also like magic missile again if you want.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna use Thunder Wave because.
All right.
So on my right shoulder, a thunder cannon appears. However, this time with a little added touch at the tip of the cannon, a little ale jug appears.
Oh, perfect.
And a gunner's seat for ale.
Yeah, taste my barreled fury.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at Meanie, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say, here comes the boom. No, not Thunder Wave. I'm calling it my own thing. Here comes the boom. Sonic Cannon!
Alright, and that's a con save. What is your spell save again?
Yeah, Constitution save. Let me get to my spell save. Oh, that's the wrong page.
It's like a 14, I think?
Yeah, 14.
That is a 3 plus 1.
All right.
4.
So he's gonna take the full 2d8.
Yes.
Alright. As soon as I can get my d8. There it is. Alright. And I'm not anything is just straight 2d8, right?
Just straight 2d8, yeah.
3 and 7. So that's 10 points of thunder damage.
10 points of thunder damage. Nicely done. And you watch as that blasts out in this sort of like frothy bit of like texture to the thunderous wave of your thunder cannon. As you watch as Meanie gets blasted, it actually roll let's say just roll a d6. If you roll like an even number, he lands into Meaner and they take a little damage.
Okay.
On an odd, that just lands near him.
Okay. You said d6?
Yeah, d6. Evens, it hit, he basically gets blasted into the other meanlock. On an odd, he just gets near him.
Okay. 1. Damn it.
Alright, so you just watch as Meanie gets blasted and like lands at the feet of Meaner, so they're like right next to each other now. But Meanie is looking real hurt. But now at the top of the round, Meaner just like goes and slashes the claws again at Pine for a natural 1. You watch as it goes to slash, but like the combined force of Meanie going towards it and just like trips up. Meanie goes "Ah!" and just like comedically falls back as it tries to swing, and you see both of these creatures are now lying on the floor prone before you, Pine.
Cool.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna attack.
With advantage.
With advantage, because God only knows I need it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 22.
22. That is a hit.
I'm gonna be hitting
Oh,
meaner.
is this meaner? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna hit him with the scimitar.
Yeah.
4 points of slashing.
4 points of slashing damage. Okay. Hey. Every little bit counts.
Yep. Alright, and then second attack against meaner again.
Alright, with advantage.
23.
23 is a hit.
And this time I'm smiting.
Yes, might him good.
So that is 5 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 points of radiant.
7 points of radiant damage. Alright, yeah, they're both looking real rough, like, for sure. But then Meanie's gonna stand up and go, yeah. Yeah! Make a swing at you, Pine. 9 plus 4, that's a 13, so that's a no.
That's a no.
But now it's Alex's turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, well, my right arm, I'm like fully loaded here, is going to transform into an axe.
Okay.
What was it? Yeah, just a hand axe. And I'm just gonna throw it.
You're gonna chuck.
Yeah, well,
I will.
I wouldn't say chuck. I'm gonna, it like forms, I'm just gonna position my hand and like shoot it. And this is not gonna add anything to the roll. I'm gonna add like
right.
like little rocket launchers that make it like a gyro spinning motion at it. And I'm just gonna
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna say flying auto cutter.
All right, so this will go after Meanie, who's standing up. So
Yep.
yeah, make your attack roll.
Okay. That's gonna be 18.
18 is a hit.
All right, and it's also a d6. Yeah, d6.
Mhm.
Oh, 2, but plus 3 is 5. 5 slashing.
5.
Come on.
You watch as that axe with its little magical rocket boost, like fire, like rocket boosters, just goes and then goes clunk.
Yes.
And just slams on the ground and vaporizes, and it's like mean energy. So at the top of the round, Meaner, the last mean lock there, stands up and just wildly swings on Pine. 15 plus 4. That's a 19. That's gonna hit. And 2 1s. So that's 4 total points of damage on you, Pine.
Okay.
As it just like shoryukens up with its claws from the ground. So now it's your turn, Pine.
Yep.
And Meaner's looking real bad.
And I'm gonna make him look even worse. So 2 attacks on him.
Alright.
That's a 16.
That's a hit.
I'm just gonna roll for my other attack, just real fast.
Absolutely.
And that's a 17.
That's a hit. Both hits.
Alright. That's going to be 12 points of slashing damage.
How would you like to completely destroy this remaining mean lock?
So as he does that uppercut, it kind of just like catches, and Pine just kind of looks down and smiles and is like, nice try. And just does like a whirling dervish and just slashes him all the way down.
Perfect. You just kind of just spin around in this like dance, a little bit inspired by the beauty that was the Prince of Blossoms and Comets, and just like whirl around and then like pose, and just bits and pieces just chunked as though you were essentially delegging a crab, and just explodes, and you hear "dang it," and it explodes, and then you notice something drop when this last mean lock dies, and you see on the ground, like you hear clink clink, and it seems to be this like essentially this flat donut shape made of iron that falls to the ground, left behind. But then you also see there is the boy Siegfried off in the like back of the room, who doesn't seem to have moved in any way. It seems to be kind of just like tied up and off to the side.
I'm gonna head over and get the child, get Siegfried.
Okay. Yeah.
After seeing him, I'm gonna pick up my hand axe and also pick up the donut.
It's like a flat, like literally like a flat iron donut shape. So like maybe about as big as like your palm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I notice any significance in it?
It's cold to the touch. But other than that, you don't notice anything else about it.
Okay.
Pine, you head over to the kid, to Siegfried, and you get over there, and you can see he's not asleep, but his eyes are closed. He's kind of sweaty. He seems to be in this, like he's wrapped up in like the ropes, and just kind of he's shivering, and just like no, and just like for whatever reason is like in this weird sort of fever sleep, and that's when you also notice the boy's feet have started to change.
Oh no.
To be like that of the meanlocks. It seems that it's slowly happening. But it's happening.
Do I remember anything from any kind of sage wisdom I was told about meanlocks, about how to stop it?
There are very few things that can really stop this sort of transformation. And a lot of those things are incredibly powerful magic. So you feel like nothing in your array right now might be able to stop this transformation, especially because this is something that happens over time from prolonged exposure, from being constantly bombarded by the anger of these meanlocks. So the fact that this is even happening, like albeit slowly to this kid, means that there's probably something about this kid that makes him maybe a bit more sensitive to the magic around him.
Well, first off, let's get him out of this cave, and quick.
Yeah. So as you like pick up the kid and like Alex, you're picking up the token, you can feel like rumbling and roiling as the very like cave around you starts to move and like roil, and it's just like this movement, just like, oh no, what's happening? Oh god, it's the layer's transforming back to its natural state, and you just like feel like it just starts to like encase around you, and you just feel yourself being pushed along. You're just like, whoa, as it's just like it's moving you out. Yeah, it's like you try to run, but you're just being pushed along like this weird earth and roller coaster ride.
Oh,
and eventually we pan outside of the mouth of the cave, and you can see the mouth of the cave roll as it spits you guys out, very cartoonish like, onto the ground, and you're just kind of like laying there a bit covered in like dirt and some mud, and you watch as the cave's like scary face mouth just kind of closes and like becomes a regular sort of like rocky foresty cliff face.
Alright, he's still Siegfried's still experiencing the change.
Yeah, he seems to be still like in this feverish dream and like slowly changing. Like it seems to just be his feet, but it is slowly working his way up his legs.
Just in some form of desperation, I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands to try and cure a disease on him.
Okay. You use 5 points of your lay on hands, and while it doesn't cure it, it seems to like slow it down even more. Mm-hmm. So if anything, that's a way to kind of keep it from like, you know, speeding up. But it's but it's not a full on cure. And you can see the rats just like, oh man, oh no, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And they all kind of look at each other, and she's just like, I mean, we could ask her. You know, she might know what to do. It's like, yeah, but I'm scared going back there, you know?
Ask who?
Like, yeah. We could go ask the Gray Lady.
Does that ring a bell?
No.
Oh.
Well, if she can
Well.
help us, then
I can't see a child turn into another one of those things. We have to go meet her.
Leslie Blue wants another meanlock.
Yeah.
Okay. For Siegfried, we'll take you to her.
Let's go.
And so, you head on following the rats, with the boy Siegfried in your hands, slowly changing into a meanlock. Off to go see this mysterious individual known as the Gray Lady. And that is where we're going to end today's session of a work in progress D&D podcast.
Well, that concludes this second episode of our podcast. I hope you're just as excited as I am to see what sort of adventures await our players next time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to my brothers for joining in on this creative experiment, and an extra special thank you to my wife Allie for her constant support and advice. I have been Eric, and I hope you continue along with us on this adventure, both real and imaginary. Ta-ta for now.